I've seen this place in books, in documentaries, in grainy photos online, but today I'm finally here. Dinosaur National Monument. And just beyond that door is a fossil wall, 1,500 bones still locked in stone where they were found. One is a towering skull, another a baby Stegosaurus, the most complete one ever discovered. And every bone tells a story that you've never heard.
Okay, I made it here to Dinosaur, and I'm excited to go check out the dinosaur bones, and see what this place has to offer. Obviously, we've all seen the iconic interior exhibit hall, and I can't wait to see it for myself. And then I'm also going to explore some petroglyphs while I'm here, and pictographs that they have here, and hopefully camp somewhere in the park tonight. Okay, let's go!
To get to the heart of the quarry at Dinosaur National Monument, you don't drive, you ride. You enter on the second floor, stepping into a room that's quiet in tone but loud in history. This building protects a 150-foot long wall of ancient rock and over 1,500 dinosaur bones still embedded in it. The moment you step inside, it hits you. You've seen it on screens, in books, in documentaries, but nothing prepares you for the real wall, the real bones. I had to just stand here and sink it in. I can't believe it. I'm here. It's surreal. It was paleontologist Earl Douglas who first uncovered these bones in 1909. In fact, the day after he discovered them, people showed up to see them. So he knew right away this place was special. And he wasn't content with just digging up fossils and carting them off. Douglas dreamed this wall could stay here, on display for education, for science, for everyone. And in 1915, his real vision was made real. President Woodrow Wilson established Dinosaur National Monument to protect the site. The bones in this wall date back over 150 million years to the late Jurassic period. The lineup is like the greatest hits of dinosaur fame. Allosaurus, Diplodocus, Allosaurus, Stegosaurus. These weren't just fossils, they were neighbors, sharing the same floodplain, buried in the same ancient riverbed. Even with the noise and the crowds, this place is humbling. To just stand inches from the past, not behind glass, but face to face with the bones, it's unforgettable. Some bones are close enough to touch, and yes, that's allowed, because here the goal isn't just to preserve the past, it's to feel it. This fossil wall began as a flash flood, a sudden surge of water that swept dinosaur bones from across the floodplain and dumped them right here. This section is known as Dinosaur Puzzle. Bones are packed so tightly it's hard to tell where one dinosaur ends and another begins. You'll spot ribs, vertebrae, even pieces of skull, all jumbled together in one of the densest fossil beds ever discovered. It's chaotic, it's beautiful, and it tells the story of life and death in the Jurassic period. Over here, the bones start to look more familiar, longer, thicker, and more complete. You'll see parts of a Camarasaurus and an Apatosaurus. Here, the big-bodied bone plant eaters that once roamed the floodplains. That massive curved bone that's likely a part of a hip or a pelvis. And right next to it, a vertebrae the size of a dinner plate. You can see how these bones aren't just jumbled, they're starting to align, like the pieces of a skeleton slowly falling back into place. Next, the wall opens up a little. The bones are more spaced out here, but it makes it easier to really appreciate them as individuals. You'll find massive limb bones, long tail vertebrae, and an occasional partial skull, each one giving us a clearer look at the size and shape of these dinosaurs. Some of these bones still sit almost exactly as they were buried. You can see the orientation. This wasn't just a jumble anymore. It was a graveyard starting to tell its story. This part of the wall reminds you that these weren't just bones. They were bodies, once walking, breathing, living creatures, now frozen in stone, quietly holding their place in time. And finally, this is one of the most striking parts of the wall. The bones are massive, beautifully preserved, and often the most photographed. That's a Camarasaurus skull right there, still embedded in the rock. You can see the shape of the jaw, the eye socket, and even the teeth. It's incredibly rare to find skulls like this in place. Around it are ribs, vertebrae, and heavy limb bones, all belonging to some of the largest dinosaurs that ever lived. And somehow they ended up right here, side by side, in a wall of stone. Standing in front of this section, it's hard not to feel small. These bones are huge, but the story they tell is even bigger. Off to the side, away from the towering wall of fossils, is something easy to miss, but unforgettable once you see it. It's a baby Stegosaurus, displayed by itself. This isn't just any dino fossil, it's the most complete juvenile Stegosaurus ever discovered. Its bones are delicate, fragile, and beautifully preserved. And what caught me really off guard is the leg bones are about the same size as my leg bone. And that made it real in a way I wasn't expecting. We always imagine dinosaurs as massive and intimidating, but this little one reminds you they were living, growing creatures, vulnerable, and somehow that makes the connection feel even more human. Next is a full-size cast of an Allosaurus, one of the fiercest predators of the late Jurassic, and one of the stars of Dinosaur National Monument. This species, Allosaurus fragilis, was first discovered right here in the quarry, and they found at least 4 different individuals in this one site alone. You'll also find a real Allosaurus skull on display, and let me tell you, it's even more intimidating person. You can see the teeth. You can see the attitude this guy had. Oh, and fun fact, Allosaurus is Utah's official state fossil, because why not make your state fossil a meat-eating dinosaur with a skull full of serrated knives? Now this cast is one for the history books, a Camarasaurus. It was pulled out of the quarry by helicopter. This is considered among the most complete sauropod skeletons ever found, especially for its size and articulation. Nearly every bone still in place after more than 150 million years. What's extra wild, 6 skulls and nearly 3 complete skeletons of Camarasaurus are actually discovered right here in the Carnegie Quarry. The sun's dipping low, and after a day spent among bones and deep time, I've traded sandstone for stars, and I found a quiet spot just outside of the park. Here, the wind and the sage, and the last light slipping over the cliffs, I'm letting it all settle. The quarry is behind me, but Dinosaur has more stories to tell. Tomorrow, I'll follow the canyon walls, not for fossils, but for something carved by human hands thousands of years ago. The petroglyphs and pictographs are waiting. If you want to come along for the rest of the journey, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. I've got more stories to share, and this is just the beginning. Bye! See you next time!